hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. A bit later than usual, obviously 2 minutes late, but nothing big. And yeah, Arsenal is the gift, it feels like, that keeps on giving and at the same time disappointing every single chance they get. Let's be real and honest about it. Of course, Arsenal, yesterday, Champions League, they beat Girona 2-1. Rotated semi-heavily, not gonna lie. Some players I didn't expect, some players I expected. Ultimately, I was kind of annoyed that Gabriel played, for example. That Partey was at right back, but I guess it is what it is. We got the win somehow, and we got it over the line, and that's what matters. Arsenal finished third in the Champions League in the group stage type of situation, and now we are waiting our opponent in the elimination round. We'll see who we get, because on Friday 11 p.m. there is a draw to see who plays who from 9th to 24th places, and then we will see who wins. Then Arsenal will find out their opponent, of course, but that's not even the biggest thing. We're gonna talk about a bit about the Girona game, but ultimately everything that this stream and like every single one in this month, what it's gonna revolve around is, of course, January transfer window, because there is only 4 days left. 4 days left counting now in this January transfer window. And as usual, I'm not gonna lie, if you're an Arsenal fan for a long time, you kind of can say that. As usual, Arsenal have done nothing. Obviously, yesterday it was a crazy day for Arsenal fans, and we're gonna talk about all of it with Watkins, with Tell, with some other players. And yeah, but ultimately Arsenal have done nothing, and that is the biggest thing that basically is pissing everyone off. Let's just put it as it is, because if you're watching this unfold in this transfer window and you're saying that you're happy and everything, I don't know what is wrong with you. You must be lying to yourself. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. If you're new around here, of course, let's get the formalities out of the way in a way. If you're new around here, of course, smash that like button, like the stream, share it around, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, and share the stream, leave your thoughts down in the live chat, or if you're watching this as a playback, of course, leave your comments down below. And we're kicking things off, of course, a bit with Arsenal against Girona, and this is the first thing I wanted to start with. Big up Kwame, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well as well. Nwaneri ensashed his goal. Yeah, his goal was top class. I'm gonna touch on it as well a bit today. Of course, I see Marlon. He was here before the stream was even live. Ethan Gautieri, Golazzo, what a goal. Yeah, that was fantastic. Kind of classic Robin in a way, you know what I mean? Obviously, it sounds a bit mad. I sound like a top gunner comparing him to quite amazing right winger, but it kind of was reminisced a bit about in that. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, what a banger. Give him number 10. For number 10, he's one of our own. Hale End graduate and everything, you know. Masterclass from Nwaneri. And what the hell was Neto doing, bro? A keeper, no center mid. Yeah, and that is one of the first things I wanted to talk about today. Norberto Neto. We have signed him on loan. He has played one game, counting now, at Arsenal. And it was in Champions League against Girona. And yeah, the things he did, where he was about 10 yards out of the box. He got lobbed, it went through ball. Arsenal defense got done over. Let's be real, against Danjuma, ex Villarreal and ex Everton, if you recall, of course, and everything. But the fact that I get it that he was playing very high line because Arsenal played that way. Arteta has asked Neto play like he's playing with David Raya, who we're gonna talk about a bit as well, because there are some small concerns about David Raya going into the City game, but hopefully it's nothing serious. But obviously, as I said, Mikel Arteta is asking for for Neto to play like David Raya. But yeah, even Kwame is asking what Neto was thinking, because he was about 10 yards outside the box. And to make matters worse, when Danjuma pretty much shot it around him, he decided to dive for the ball. You're 10 yards out the box. You cannot touch ball with your hands, and you decide to dive for the ball. How is that even making any sense whatsoever? Because if you touch it, it's a red. What the hell are you doing? If you touch it, it's a red. Let's be real, and our bench goalkeeping wise also is a big issue at the moment. But yeah, Norberto Neto had a howler. And AFTV tweeted this before the game. They tweeted out this before the game. Big up Nathan, big up. Yeah, AFTV tweeted this out. We are about to see the best of Neto, basically. And if that is the best of Neto, I much rather have, I'm not gonna lie, Runnerson in goal. Because that was arguably worse than anything Almunia or Runnerson or someone else did that. If Broad said it, we would have had to play Jack Porter or Setford. Exactly! And we would be down to 10 men, because that's a straight red. So, dude, if he touched the ball there, man thought he was prime Manuel Neuer. He's not even Temu version of Manuel Neuer. He's like something we find, like Arsenal tend to shop, to be honest, in trash cans. It was nuts. He would have played Party as a keeper, to be honest. Wouldn't surprise me. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Calafiori was unlucky. His goal was offside. He was quite a bit offside. To be honest, by the way, while we are on Calafiori, yesterday, I know people are saying he had a decent game, but he was caught out of possession a few times. He gave a ball a bit too much. But the biggest thing I took from Calafiori, right, is the fact that, well, he has better finishing than any of our forwards. As weird as it sounds. He has better finishing than all of our forwards. Because he scored that chance against whoever they had in goal, because it wasn't Gaza, of course. But ultimately, I've seen this film unfold before, and if it was Martinelli there, it was straight to the keeper. If it was Jesus there, that probably goes in row Z. If Havertz was there, misses the ball completely. If Trossard was there, he at least gets it on target and everything. I'm not gonna lie, Calafiori actually has better finishing than it feels like than some of our attackers. And Calafiori as a kid, when he was just growing up in world football training in academies, he was playing left wing as well, he said it himself, so the fact that he can finish chance like that is actually kinda not even a big surprise. Yeah, Trossard also missed from a few yards out, and he hit the bar as well. He had quite a few, 2 misses in that regard. Put Calafiori at center striker, sorry, dude. Did you see our defensive shocking? To say least, I think it basically comes again with the fact that we had Kivior at right center back. Gabriel was basically left hung up to dry. Calafiori was pushing up hard very much, and that's Arteta's instructions for him. Partey as a right back, he's useless at defending and everything. Not useless at defending per se, but as a right back, he doesn't have the legs to track back many times. And that also basically cuts him out. That leaves Kivior alone. We all know that Kivior is pretty much useless. And that basically put Gabriel a one-man band at the back. And that was basically it. And that was the reason, I think, why we got very, very out of position. Because if Saliba was playing, Timber was there. Why Timber even got him on, that also pissed me off. But if Timber was the right back, Saliba center back, none of that would have happened. I'm not gonna lie. In that regard. But yeah. I already see some of you mentioning it. We're gonna get to FA in a second. But yeah, Nwaneri scored a phenomenal goal and he won man of the match. He won man of the match. Big up to our teenager. Anyways, since you are all mentioning this in the chat, here it is. Since FA lost, basically the card got overturned, they decided to do something else. FA, PGMOL and all that jazz has charged Arsenal after its players surrounded match official during the Premier League fixture against Wolves. The club allegedly failed to ensure that its players did not behave in an improper manner around the 43rd minute. Arsenal has until Monday, February 3rd, so till the time when window shuts closed, to provide a response. And basically that is the biggest thing. That is just nuts. Arsenal have been charged. Exactly. I think they are just sore losers. They cannot justify what Oliver did, first of all. So they put out that coot thing. We all know what that is all about, basically to distract. But obviously all this is to distract how shit we were on the pitch. But we're going to talk about this now. So they are sore losers. The car got overturned, so it's backfired. So they need to do something. So at the end of the day, they decide to do this. Obviously, this is the biggest thing. And it says improper manner. Like, what the hell is that? Because let's be real. Arsenal did it. I get it. They should be charged. But if you do this against Arsenal, you should be doing this against every single team. Because I see Man City do this consistently Bruno Fernandes alone for Man United does this every single game for 55 million times. And it's not just Arsenal that does this, but only Arsenal gets punished for such situations, so it is actually kinda nuts. Exactly, this is BS from FA. They are dictators, yeah. Yeah, apparently Spurs are signing Tell for 60 million euros, allegedly. Exactly, how many times City does it, even Liverpool does it, but nobody's gonna talk about that, is it? Well, to be honest, it doesn't surprise Tottenham are buying players, then, yeah. It was like that. Chelsea used to buy players, Arsenal were linked with, Spurs are doing the same thing. City have made signings already, they have made 4, and they maybe gonna make 1 more. Arsenal have made nothing on AFTV, fault for this and that. It's not AFTV, it's just Arteta and the board, I think. The worst part is, and let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Exactly. Marlon already before the stream said we should have made the bid for Duran. And I get that for Al Nassr, 60 million plus about 20 million in bonuses and everything. FC rumors, linked rumors, exactly. Freaking exactly. The reasons why I signed no one yet. Arteta only bro every fucking, they're bringing 20-30 stringers and they think they can sell all. They are signing nobody at the end of the day. Yeah, and on top of all that, Arteta is nominated for Manager of the Month. Let's just put it that way as it is. We should have signed Watkins 3 years ago. We didn't. And now we are gonna pay again top dollar just like we did, it's the same thing about Isak. That is the biggest thing. Kwame also agrees. Watkins should have been bought now than the summer. We should have just bought a striker. Who the fuck are we gonna sign? Nobody. By the looks of things, nobody. Genuinely, we're gonna sign freaking. So that's what I wanted to talk about. The fact that Arsenal wanted for allegedly Zubimendi to join instantly. That just showed that we have 50 million in the bag to spend. Now that allegedly Arsenal offered 60 million, right? It shows that Arsenal have 60 million. The biggest thing about this is, though, it's not 60 million. Genuinely, it's not, because there were reports. Here it is, breaking. Arsenal's first offer for Ollie Watkins was 45 million pounds. Well-placed insiders believe Aston Villa value him at more than 80 million. The thing is, we didn't even bid 60. We apparently bid less than that. We bid 45 million. And that just shows that maybe we don't even have more than 50 million to spend. Because there were countless articles today about the fact that Arsenal didn't even bid 60 million. It was well overplayed by the media. When in reality Arsenal paid only about 45 offered, or 50, something like that. That is the big thing. And now you sit here and think who you believe. The big thing about this is, though, we are not signing Watkins. Let's be real. We are not signing Watkins. Because, how to put this? Aston Villa have 2 strikers, Watkins and Duran. Well, at this time but they have 2 strikers, Watkins and Duran. If Al Nassr is going for Duran for about 70 million, right? The big thing is, if you want to basically put Villa in a very awkward situation where where they have to decide between Duran or Watkins, right? Then you should be offering near the same amount. You cannot go with a lowball offer, which is a bit more than half of the offer that they are getting for Duran. That would never work. That's just dumbass stupidity from Arsenal. And if that is how Ato is gonna operate, I don't want to see him as a sporting director whatsoever. Let's be real. Because if you have 2 strikers and one someone offers 45, for other one someone offers 70 plus, you're gonna sell the 70 plus one. Because he even isn't that established at Premier League. Yes, he has scored, he has had some purple patches, but ultimately he wanted out of Aston Villa already in summer. There were reports saying that he believes he's ready to be number 1 guy. He believes he's ready to lead the line. He wants to start. And now he's going to Al Nassr to play together with Cristiano Ronaldo. That's mad, kind of, if you think about it, but it is what it is. So if we have 60 million for Watkins, why not act on Williams and Osimhen? And that's the biggest thing. If we have that money, why not buy Osimhen, for example? But I strongly believe Osimhen is not gonna move, because he's on loan at Galatasaray. Okay, cool. It is what it is. But the way he's playing, the fact that he looks actually really happy at Galatasaray, I don't think he's gonna move whatsoever. Then activate Nico Williams with that money. Give Ethan. Duran playing with Ronaldo before Arsenal signed a striker. Exactly. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. The worst part is dinosaurs could be still alive today and they still wouldn't have seen Arsenal win Champions League. No, 45 is the right price at 29-year-old struggling to keep... Exactly. That is the biggest thing. That should be the case. But of course, Premier League proven, bags goals. He misses quite a bit of chances. Let's just put it... let's be fair, but he's English, so that's always the premium price and on top of that. And if you look at Premier League, you could argue he's one of the hottest strikers there is, but not this season per se, but previous seasons 100%. Galatasaray actually, exactly, and that's the biggest thing. Galatasaray actually tried to make it permanent with Napoli, but Napoli rejected that. I think if Osimhen has actually very decent season at Galatasaray this year, right? I think he's gonna go back. And he's gonna get sold for some proper money anyways. If we paid more than 50 for Watkins, I would be pissed. And that stands to a point. And now that raises the biggest question. We were not ready to pay 40-45 million for Ivan Toney in summer. Because we didn't like his attitude. And all that stupidity that PR tried to push on us to protect Arteta and Arsenal. So what's the point then going for Watkins? Like, the same price everything. Like... It makes no sense. Why we didn't sign anyone then? It's Emery. He's always trying to ruin everything. Well, to be honest, you cannot put it on Emery. You cannot put it. No proper manager and club would sell both of their strikers in one window. None. Unless you can find a proper replacement. And with the fact there's only 4 days left in the window, it makes no sense for them to sell both. And to be honest, if you look at things this way, they just got 70 million for Duran, right? They have 60 plus million. They can sign Osimhen, they can sign Sesko, they can add few million on top, and in summer, they can go for Gyökeres even. And we all know that Emery cooks with strikers. So imagine if Gyökeres under Emery. Imagine that. I say we just sign João Pedro or Retzegui. We have linked with Retzegui, and he has been a very decent form this season. You could argue form of his life. Would he be the man for the Arsenal? I have no idea. By the way, Naipan, right? Since he said 2 days ago that he's about to make a decision, still haven't heard anything about Naipan in news today, by the way. That's a weird one, isn't it? Still haven't heard anything about Naipan in that regard, of course. Spurs and Munich have reached 19 million. Of course, by the way, Arsenal have released new merch today. Arsenal have released new merch today. Vintage Vibes. Introducing the Adidas x Arsenal Terrace Icons collection. Available now. Will you be getting one? Will you? Will you be getting one? Question for you lot. Will you be getting one? Arsenal released more merch today. Happy days. More merch than signings. That is the wild one. I guess it is what it is. We have to live with it. We cannot do anything about it, so it is what it is. And here is the big thing Kwame was asking. Reason why Raya apparently didn't play yesterday, well, potentially, right, is the fact that he has picked up a small injury. A hamstring injury or something, I don't know. I haven't had time to deep dive into this in articles to try to kind of get some information on it. But the fact is he didn't play allegedly because he was injured. And there are now rumors circulating that he might not be prepared for the City game. Obviously, the recent reports are saying that Arsenal are optimistic that David Raya will be fit to face Manchester City. But time only will tell. And now, after watching Norberto Neto in goal yesterday against Girona, right? Imagine him against Haaland, Marmoush, Savio, Foden, who's on fire recently. Imagine Neto against Man City for Arsenal. Imagine that. Because I saw some... where was he? Was he from Bournemouth? Yeah, Bournemouth. Bournemouth replaced him with Kepa. With Kepa, another goalkeeper nobody rates. But they're happy with Kepa, more or less. Bournemouth fans were actually happy that they got rid of Neto in summer. They said he is god-awful. He cannot even catch a cold properly. So, who knows? But so far, it's not looking too good. We are looking to Manfred Ugalde. Ooh, bloody hell. Can't believe Spurs signed 3 players and we have signed no one. Well, that's Arsenal way, isn't it? We need to buy a striker before the City game. And that is the big thing. We need to buy a striker today and register him tomorrow, or I think even. We might actually not get one. We actually might not get one, and that is the biggest thing. We have to look at it this way. No self-respecting club ever would be in a position that Arsenal is right now. Let's get it clear. But Arsenal, it looks like, as Kroenke was saying, they don't give a crap, ultimately, at the end of the day. At least it looks that way. Coffee gang. Neto Setford in goal. Lucky we are cooked, Robo. Dude, don't make me even think about this. Marmouche, Savio, Foden, Haaland, and Doc is injured. And all them men against Neto, I'm not liking the odds. He will honest, he'll say should have signed me. Pretty much. Then Arsenal, this club, well, Sterling can't even stat pad. Yeah, he cannot even stat pad. The worst part is he cannot even score against Girona's second goalkeeper. That's how bad it is. He cannot even score against Girona's second goalkeeper. We basically tried to do everything for him to score a goal and maybe give him some confidence boost. But as always, Sterling shoots, it gets saved and everything. That's how bad it is. Sterling needs to get out of this club. I'm kind of pissed off that with Chelsea that we got the loan, they don't have recall clauses, termination clauses, nothing. So we are stuck with him till the end of the season. That's how bad it is, by the way. That's how Arsenal negotiate deals. And that's actually kind of annoying. So Tell is not happening. We talked about that. Neto. Arsenal were linked with Tell. I'm kind of surprised we didn't sign him. Kinda. Anyways, in some lighter news, in some more positive light, a bit at least, Arsenal are in ongoing talks with Gabriel Magalhaes over contract renewal. Gabriel is viewed as a crucial part of future at Arsenal, of course. No agreement yet, but the resolution is expected soon. Which overall is a positive thing because we need to tie down our best players to contracts as soon as possible. Because the longer we drag on like this without winning anything, Arteta ruining players and everything, and all that stuff, the bigger gonna be the chances that some of them will hand in transfer requests. Or even a proper bid comes in and the player says, sell me right now. That is the big issue. And even what's its face? Where was it? Even where is it? Here it is. Saliba said this, and this is what's worrying me. This is really worrying me because Saliba has now spoken about this on multiple occasions. Tell literally chose Spurs over us. Let that sink in. Yeah, Tell chose relegation Spurs over this. We need 3-4 signings stat right now. Bid free agents, sign someone. Like it's nuts. It's genuinely nuts. But now back to Saliba, right? I don't know even how to compose myself. But Saliba has gone into media again and emphasizing winning trophies once again. And he has said, we are playing well and the team is great. But we just need to lift a few trophies at the end of the season. And let's be real, this is not the first time he has spoken about winning trophies. Last time he spoke about winning trophies was when he got asked does he consider himself world class. And he said that to consider myself world class, I need to have trophies by my name. And then in another interview he said, for me and Gabriel, both of them, he's adding Gabriel even to the equation, said that if we want to be considered world class partnership at the back, we need to win trophies. And this is not the first and the second or third time he said it, which is very worrying. Because the way we are going about things, we are not gonna win anything this season once again, of course. Next season doesn't look that way as well because we need about 7 players to sign to even have fighting chance. Maybe in Carabao Cup, but who knows. But ultimately, we are in this spot which basically makes Kroenke happy. It was under Wenger before everything fell apart, and now it's under Mikel Arteta where sooner or later it will fall apart. Kroenkes are happy with top 4. it was happy with under Wenger until he fell out of it, and Arsenal fans started to fight in stands, making banners and getting him out. But now we are almost 5 years into trophy drought. Arsenal's right, 5 years in a row with no trophies, pretty much, and there's nothing. Like there is nothing. Most of the fan base is happy, is genuinely hee hee haha hee hee. We are top four. We are challenging. We are Champions League. Be happy and everything. And there's no accountability. Nobody holds anyone accountable for stupid decisions, wasting money, missing games, missing goals, anything. All about PR, all about just being for the situation at the end of the day. And how comes when we were 5 years into trophy drought under Wenger, people were screaming Wenger out and punching each other up, but now everyone's just sitting happy, chappy, and nobody cares? It's the mentality. It's the mentality of the fans. Because at Wenger time, big part of the fan base, I think the biggest part of the fan base actually, were around the age where they have seen Arsenal win Premier League, win multiple trophies, FA Cups mostly, obviously under Wenger, and stuff like that, numerous times. Now that we fast forward to Mikel Arteta time, most of the people who have grown up, let's just say, in the Wenger's latter years till now, have seen Arsenal win pretty much nothing. They don't know how it feels like to win Premier League. They don't know what it feels like to get smashed 10-2 by Bayern Munich. They don't know the pain. They don't know the highs and lows of everything. So they basically have only seen in interviews and everything. Wenger says top four is like a trophy. Kroenke is saying be excited. Stan saying we didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies and everything. They see only that. And they have adapted it like Holy Bible, basically. Like it's something to preach by upon. And now they live by it, and nobody cares. And when you call this out, you get called toxic, negative, useless, we don't claim you, go support Spurs, and stuff like that. And that is a big issue, very big issue. Because in every other league in the world, fans hold clubs accountable. Full on. Players, clubs, they don't care. They are holding everyone accountable. Because if Arsenal, one of the biggest clubs in England, were doing this shit what they're doing right now in Bundesliga, oh bloody hell, the Bundesliga would be going nuts, the supporters. In France, the fans would invade pretty much the training sessions. In Spain, they would get whistled every single time by fans. They would get cussed out by their cars while they're getting out. Same goes for Portugal, for example. They would invade. They would invade training grounds. We saw in France when Lyon were losing consistently. The fans called out every single one at halftime. Halftime when they were 3-0 down uselessly against PSG at home. And it took the captain to come out and talk to the ultras. Ultras said, tell us right now, straight face to face, is it the team or is it the manager? And we're gonna resolve the issues our way later on. Then it took the manager to come out, apologize, everything, single-handedly, face to face, full proper accountability. In Italy, you cannot pull this shit off because the mafia will instantly fight you. 2 seconds, bang. 2 seconds, Al Capone comes into your house. And then you know it's gonna go down, basically. In Premier League, everyone's happy. Nobody cares. Nobody gets held accountable. As long as we are there, as long as we are in top four, as long as we have Champions League, our team is doing somewhat decently, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Doesn't matter that Emirates is outdated stadium, Kroenkes are they not invest. Well, they are investing, to be honest. You cannot say it that way. But Kroenkes don't care about the club. Arteta is not good enough to get us over the line. Our team is about 6-7 man short. Our bench is useless. We have every single, well, I would say 90% of the players in the squad overpaid and everything. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that we don't play proper football. We play boring football that makes everyone feel half asleep most of the time. Like, nobody cares about that stuff. If that would happen in any other league in Europe, in top leagues, the fans would be running riots. Pitchforks, torches, everything. They would be running riots these days. Fully. They don't care. They actually support the club. They are the club. Because let's be real. As much as you have the stadium, the ownership, manager, players, The thing that makes the club are the fans. And the club is basically a representation of the fans, and the fans are representation of the club. And if you look at these things in perspective combined, you pretty much can see why Arsenal are a shit show currently. Why they are where they are, why we are not winning anything, and why we are in such basically deep shit at the moment. Let's be real. Sign 3-4, put Salah, Charles, Maldini, Cabin first. Do something. And Kevin, it's likely they don't understand trophies will be more. Exactly. Because trophies put you on the screens. Let's be real. Trophies will put you on the screens. More attention, more TV revenue, more merchandise, more sponsorship, commercial opportunities, and everything. That is the thing. There was an article where basically in top 5 leagues, top teams got combined with their revenue. Like incomes out and everything separately from commercials, from merchandise, and from TV revenue, right? Arsenal were top 3 or top 4 in commercials, in TV revenue and merchandise. From commercials, they were pretty much at the bottom of the list. Isn't that saying something? That basically shows that we have very poor sponsorship deals signed up. Because most of the teams that were above us were basically, well, winners. There was Juventus, PSG, City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, teams that won stuff every single goddamn season. Arsenal were the odd man out in that equation, because Arsenal were the only team that hadn't won a trophy in the last 5, 6, 10 years even. Arsenal had won trophies obviously in the last 5, 6, 10 years, but compared to other teams, it was pretty much nothing at the end of the day. It was nothing. Heartbreak Misery feels like a joke, and that 8-2 United still... Yeah, 8-2 against United. The Champions League against Bayern Munich every single year, almost what it felt like. Wenger's 1000 game at Arsenal, at Stamford Bridge. That's also hurts. Let's be real, they don't know what that means these days. Many fans don't know what that means, how painful it was. Screw the Kroenkes, bring in Saudis. If only Kroenkes would sell. If only some Saudis would want Arsenal. That is also the big issue here. That is also a big thing that is not happening. Anyhow, let's talk about some more transfers, because there are still some stuff I want to talk about. Now, here we bloody go. Santiago Jimenez, Feyenoord striker, the Mexican. Agent Rafael Pimenta has made a new contact with Feyenoord today, presenting formal proposal from AC Milan. Alvaro Morata on the verge of joining Galatasaray, by the way. Morata is going to Gala together with Osimhen to play. And AC Milan are pushing to sign Jimenez. Jimenez is also very excited, wants the move. And you know for how much Jimenez is going to AC Milan? Same money we paid for Fabio fucking Vieira. Same amount of money. Make it make sense. Make it genuinely make sense. How Arsenal signed bum like Fabio Vieira for £34 million. AC Milan is gonna sign Santiago Jimenez potentially for around 37 million euros, by the way, not even pounds. That's even gonna be less at the end of the day than we paid for Fabio Vieira. This club is just ass backwards. Robo, we are in complete mess. We are controlled in the wrong hands. Call the Kroenkes manager who's stubborn. Yeah, that's the thing. And everyone's protecting everything. Our manager is more protected than Area 51. Pretty much what it feels like. More protected than Pentagon and all that stuff. So it's actually kind of nuts. It's generally kind of nuts. And Arteta on top of that is then protecting Kroenkes. So technically speaking, if you love Arteta, you love Kroenkes. If that makes sense. Well, that makes sense. You're protecting Arteta. Arteta is protecting Kroenkes. Arteta is backing Kroenkes. So if you say, it's my manager, I back Arteta, that means you also back the Kroenkes at the end of the day, doesn't it? January 30th, no signings. Smaller clubs have made more signings than they have made. Exactly, that's the thing. 4 days left in the window. We have signed nobody. Yet you look at other teams, they signing 2-3 players instantly. No signings unacceptable. This is like per check window. This is even worse. Let's be real. Galatasaray have better attack. They do. Let's be in Premier League. About, I would say, about 12 to 14 teams have better attack than Arsenal have currently. Most of the Premier League sides, and that includes mid-table teams as well, and lower-end sides, to some extent, have better attack than Arsenal. That is where we are right now. With him to Milan means we are definitely signing Abraham then. We are not signing Abraham because Morata is leaving AC Milan to Galatasaray. It's player per player replacement. They don't even need to sell Abraham. They need another striker. Even Las Palmas though. This is weird. This is something from IndyKyle News, which is award-winning Twitter account that genuinely fills me with confidence in this. Home of breaking football news. And this is what they are saying. Allegedly, of course, allegedly, let's just laugh at this maybe. Watkins' agent has called emergency meeting with Arsenal. This is like Lee Gunner calling emergency streams. This is like with Lee Gunner or what? Genuinely. What? Emergency meeting with Arsenal. Fuck me. The player is disappointed with the current situation at Aston Villa. I'm sorry, what? I know Watkins is that type of player who's not gonna basically throw his toys at the pram. Basically, stir up the pot so he can just get a move to Arsenal. But let's be real, in 2020, in an interview, he said he's an Arsenal fan. His dream would be playing for Arsenal, only time will tell, and all that. So, technically, there is everything you need for him to sign for Arsenal. If Arsenal really want him, right? But, I don't know. This Watkins thing is really getting on my nerves to some extent, I'm not gonna lie. It's really getting on my nerves. At this point, I would take Brennan Johnson and Werner. No, I wouldn't take Werner. No. And let's not get over the top. Brennan Johnson, he cannot play in Arteta's system. He's not technically gifted enough, in a way. Although I can see why he would fit, in a way. Josh has been here since Spurs game, only to bid 45 million for Watkins. Exactly, that's the biggest thing. He's been here for 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks, and he has done nothing. Why wasn't Josh here in late November, early December? Why? Because we should have done things already then, so we can sign players instantly. Because let's be real, 3.5 weeks ago, when window opened, we were still in FA Cup, in Carabao Cup, in Champions League, and Premier League, right? If we, in that time space, till we get to the Carabao FA Cup and all that stuff, sign a striker, we are still in FA Cup, we are still in Carabao Cup, and we are not 2-0 down, let's be real, because Havertz misses sitters. Our Champions League spot, we would look more excited to play Champions League games because we have actually proper attack, and we would actually have, even though the chances already are slim, but we would have slightly bigger chances on Premier League because we would have signed a proper striker. We should have done this before the cup games in early January. We should have had paperwork already prepared late December. So in early January, we can sign those guys. But no, Arsenal don't operate like that. Kroenke comes almost when window is closed, and then we are picking up the scraps, panicking, and basically running around like headless chickens. Get me in the same room as Aito. Nathan is ready to throw cans though. Yeah, and Kroenke is too. Wenger, 3 Premier League titles, 7 FA Cups, and 2 Premier League and Cup doubles. We stand to some extent, but there are two sides of the story, let's be real. There are two sides of the story. And Van Wenger, it was also, let's be real, even though we pushed Wenger out, it was time to go for him. Let's not kid ourselves. It was time to go for him. And I think the fact that he went on the terms he went away, right? That's the big disappointment in this. Because the last time we won FA Cup, right? I think, wait, when we won the FA Cup in 2015, 2016, I think then, he should have left. He should have left, I think, 2-3 years earlier than he actually did. So then we could avoid this all debacle, because those last few years really, not really, but to some extent damaged his reputation at Arsenal. Let's be real. But ultimately, it is what it is. Yes, we did. We are stupid. Wenger would have won. Yeah, dude. If with Wenger, with 700 million that Arteta got, we would have won many, many more things. Let's be real. Because Wenger has he has phenomenal talent ID, first of all. Second of all, he would get the money finally. He shouldn't have to pay off the Emirates. Third of all, he actually would be playing proper attacking football. And with the defense we have right now, if you compare it to the Koscielnys, Mertezakers, Monreals, Bellerin's, Sanderoses, Giroux, Lichtsteiners, Kieran Gibbses, Jenkinsons, Chamberses, Rob Holdings. Fuck me, I went through so many Squillacis, Stepanovses, and all that crap we had. Like, with this defense we have right now, we would have easily won the Premier League. Wenger led us to four back to back as FA Cups and led them beaten Premier. Exactly, and that was 21 years ago. Ironically, that's the last time we won Premier League. More than 2 decades ago. We had a good 20+ goal striker with Wenger, and I had a good attack. We had a 20+ goal striker under Emery as well. Arteta ruined him, of course. Look at what Arteta did to Nelly. Imagine if Wenger coached Nelly. Dude, I'm gonna say this always. Imagine if Arsene Wenger was managing Bukayo Saka, because I strongly believe that Bukayo Saka would be given the same freedom, the same tools as Wenger did for Alexis Sanchez. The free roam, the running, the he basically would have given him green light on most of the things he would love to do when attacking, and that is when he doesn't have the pressure from the manager to fit into his system. That's when the player feels the most free. He can express himself. And I think we would see completely different Bukayo Saka then. Nathan, why are you crying, man? It's too early. It's still 4 days before the window closes. Then you can cry. The best manager of all time. Yeah, you could argue that. It's either George Graham or Arsene Wenger. One of the two. For me, at least. Saka would cook, everyone would be hanging in 30. Dude, Saka, you know, we praise Saka that he basically can have shit game and he can get GA out of nothing these days, right? His performances compared to when Arteta just came in have arguably gone worse to some extent. Yet but his GA output has gotten better, right? He kind of has learned the ability to rise in the most crucial moments for Arsenal in that regard. I think that under Wenger, that would have been amplified about 3-4 times. Plus, the performances would be the same as he would just come in. You know, if we somehow buy a striker, Kai will play right wing. No, Nwaneri plays right wing. Nwaneri has proven himself. If we sign a striker and I see Kai Havertz at right wing, or even as a left aid, by the way, that's it. That's fucking it. It's time to cry ourselves to sleep, dude. No. Not yet. Well, 4 days. We might basically mentally prepare for that. Maybe with something we'll do, but who knows? He would cook, Nathan. Bro was cooking Primates Hummels in Bundesliga. He's not. That's the biggest issue. 65 million. He needs to justify the signing. Kai Havertz basically is the sword Arteta. When he signed him, obviously, I said it's gonna be the sword. He's gonna either fight to success, or it's gonna be the sword he's gonna die by. Build the reason of his demise. And ultimately, we all can see that basically Kai Havertz is the reason for the ultimate demise of Mikel Arteta at the end of the day. Because as soon as Havertz came in, we changed the system, how to play, and since then, it has all gone downhill from there. And bro would recreate what Trossard did with Porro, where is Porro actually? Dude, that what Trossard did to Porro, that should be illegal, man. To some extent. That genuinely should be illegal. Oh, by the way, today there were news that Al Ahly were going in for Aleix Baena. Around 60 million. We're ready to pay the release clauses, right? Fabrizio says the deal is off. Despite Saudi club planning to trigger the release clause, Baena is staying at Villarreal, as club and player have confirmed it. Essendel's no stress. Yes, yes, yes. Big up Villarreal. Dude, you know what I would give up to have Aleix Baena at Arsenal? The perfect number 10. I know he plays left mid for Villarreal, but that's because Villarreal play 4-4-2 a lot. But he is built with the tech, with the passing ability, the vision, the crossing, everything, and the shot even. He is built to be a number 10. And now imagine him instead of Odegaard in our number 10. Oh my god. Oh, that would be one of the signings that actually would get me excited. For that too, maybe. Well, they have posters out in all the post offices and everything. I see he's telling Havertz to drift wide more and more. It's not looking good. That's the thing. Havertz drifts wide. Our tallest guy on the pitch, arguably. He drifts wide to the right wing. And then the 6'4" guy is crossing the ball to 5'9", 5'10" Trossard. Like, make it make sense. 5'9" Sterling runs into the penalty box. He's crossing to him, for fuck's sake. Bena would save this attack. Oh, dude. I strongly believe, yes. What's worse? No, signing or Watkins for 80 million? You know my stance on this, don't you? Because for me, I want Arteta gone. And for me to get, it's basically... I'm in a position where I want Arsenal to sign players, but at the same time, I have no trust that we will sign the right player. So on top of that, I don't want any more money given to Mikel Arteta. Because for 750 million that he has pissed down the wind, basically, in the 5 years, he should have proper bench, he should have a proper striker, proper backups, including the cells. He should have enough to get us over the line, to have the proper squad, proper rotation, proper developments, proper substitutions, proper tactics, proper everything. He should, but he doesn't. And after 5 years, it's enough. It genuinely is enough. At some point, you have to close the gate on this. You cannot stop leaking money like this consistently. Even though Arsenal don't take too many losses in that regard because of the stature of the club, the ability of the club in terms of brand and everything. That's why, and commercial deals, TV revenue and everything, we don't take as such a big loss. But ultimately, it's not it. Personally, I don't want Arteta getting any single penny. Yes, I want... It's very kind of contradicting, I get it. But yeah, I want Arsenal to sign players. I want to sign proper striker, wingers, backups. At the same time, I wanted for us to do it under a proper manager, like Ancelotti, Inzaghi, Simeone, someone like that, not under Mikel Arteta. I think more than 750 million is enough. Because if we give him money next summer, because we will most likely, because Kroenkes have backed him for 15 million a year deal, it means that he will spend more chances than not, around $1 billion in 6 years. And where has it gone us? What have we won after $1 billion spent? If that is the case, we will get close to nearly $1 billion spent by after the summer. So where has it gone us so far? 2 times finished second, battling top 4 in season 3, losing in semifinals against Emery and Francis Coquelin as a right wing in Europa League, going out to Lisbon Sporting in Europa League, getting lobbed from halfway line by Pedro Gonçalves, losing to the worst Bayern team in the last decade in Champions League, while we have the best Arsenal side in the last 15 years, arguably. Where has it gone us at the end of the day? Because when Edu and Arteta just came in, right? Well, mostly Arteta and Edu. Edu came in an interview and said, oh, to turn this team around, we needed to get rid of deadwood players that are on too big of salaries and are not good enough. Fast forward 3 years, we are in a worse situation than we were before. players on even bigger wages and players that are not good enough. Same two things. We are just paying these bums more money these days. It's actually insane. No signings. We have 4 attackers, Nathan plus Dwayne. That's the big thing. That for me was one big argument why Arsenal might not sign a winger this transfer window. Because Nwaneri was rumored to be back towards the end part of January, which means we don't need to sign a winger at the end of the day. That was one of the biggest things why I thought about this. Plus Arteta started to waffle about internal solutions, which basically meant we are doing jack shit this window. We need depth in here. Bro, Havertz looks like he needs some rest. If he doesn't, he might go out like Jesus. Well, to be honest, we are not far from it. He already was getting medical attention from medical staff after Wolves game. So one wrong tackle, one wrong move, and it could go south real quick. We need 3-4 signings now immediately before Havertz goes out like Jesus and when Nwaneri gets injured or Odegaard. That's the thing. And we don't even know what's going to happen. For example, for me, another big worry is Yuri and Simba. Because White is not training yet on the pitch, which means he's going to be out for at least a month, if not more. So at the end of the day, we are putting all the eggs in one basket, in Simba basket, on a guy who basically just has come back from ACL injury and is playing almost every single game full 90. How long will his muscles survive under this type of pressure and intensity? And if he goes down, for example, he misses few weeks while White is out. We're going to play Thomas Partey on consistent basis at right back. Does anyone want to see that? Our best midfielder, arguably, to play as a right back. And last year, Partey got injured because he was getting played as a right back in the beginning of the season. So it's a domino effect full on that can happen. Nathan, no signings, the worst of them all. If we are lucky, we will sign a striker before the deadline and right wing in the summer. I would say Osimhen and Watkins and Buemo. Internal solutions, Tierney left wing, yeah. And to be honest, Tierney can put better claws than any of our wingers. Let's say it as it is. Whenever Tierney has come on as a sub on the left wing, every single time, first 2 touches of the ball, immaculate, and he puts in a cross that if you have a proper poacher striker up front, he's begging to have a cross like that to basically redirect it in the back of the net. Oh, but we have Donkey up front. Oh, wait, I forgot. Kieran Tierney is a colossus left back. It's shame he going back to Celtic. Yeah, it's a massive shame. Arteta has ruined Tierney. I want Tierney to stay. And for me, arguably, the only way Tierney is staying, although he's not going back on his word anymore, I would assume, but the only way to keep Tierney at the club was to sack this manager. Because he needs a manager who doesn't force him to invert, who likes playing football with overlapping wingbacks, defend, cross, attack, shoot, do the main things properly. And Kieran Tierney is all about that. Heard Arsenal won't let Tierney go. Gazzini is gonna get sold in January. Don't think so. Kinda don't think so as well. I think Tierney is not letting go because of the squad depth issues, of course. But Zinchenko, Okay, that's between Marlon. Anyways, Baena. Would love him at Arsenal. Just putting it out there. Saliba, everything, this. Okay, let's check it. Has been anything tweeted regarding Arsenal? When Nwaneri won man of the match, he was phenomenal yesterday, that goal. So, in Champions League round of 16, right? These are the teams that are gonna play in round of 16 in Champions League. AC Milan, Juventus, Feyenoord and PSV. These are the teams that on Friday gonna get put in pots and drawn who is gonna play who. So there's a big possibility we can play Juventus, AC Milan, Feyenoord, PSV. If Feyenoord lose Jimenez, we might have a chance, I'm not gonna lie. Against PSV, it's very interesting because PSV, okay, they beat Liverpool, but that's a completely different story. Liverpool were playing their C team, basically. But we have played against PSV 2 years in a row already in Europa League and Champions League last year, and we have won it all of them. We drew once, right? So no, we lost to them once, but it's not that bad. Feyenoord could be nuts. Slot's last team. If we draw AC Milan or Juventus, it could get pick'ems. Let's just put it that way. It could get pick'ems. We don't do well against Italian teams. This year we lost to Inter and we drew against Atalanta. So it could go either way. But these four teams, one of those four teams basically, is going to be playing Arsenal in the next round. After the round of 16 ends, basically. Saka Arteta make it number one, left back sign 3. Maybe it could work. Sign Knipe and Hakim as the next Odegaard. That's all. Dude, if that's the only thing that's gonna happen, there should go. Arsenal fans should organize a riot in front of Emirates. Genuinely, just go, protest and everything. And if game happens, go into the stadium, scan your ticket, walk out of the stadium. Don't even go to the stands. We can't attack like we're going now against these teams. It's nuts. Even if we get out of that bracket, we face City, Madrid, Bayern, Atletico. That's the big thing, by the way. We can face one of those teams, right? In the round of 16, in that preliminary round before round of 16, City can play Real Madrid or Bayern. They're playing one of those teams. As wild as it sounds, just because the position where City finished. That actually is gonna be nuts. And to be honest, if we draw the game against Atletico Madrid, right, we might as well just pack it up instantly. Nico Williams and Vlahovic, all we get is just January, make it happen. Dude, it doesn't look that way. Doesn't look that way. Yeah, Nijpen has been hyped up by Odegaard. That's about it. Nothing in terms of Arsenal. Let's see. I'm just scouting Arsenal Twitters so we can see. Yeah, still optimistic about Raya. Arsenal Champions League record so far: 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Not gonna lie, not too shabby, Alonso. Let's just put it that way. Villa are determined to reject. There's nothing regarding Arsenal transfers as wild as it sounds. Like, seriously. Saudi club set for an audacious attempt to sign 100 million Arsenal star. What the hell is this waffle? The Gunners made attempts to blah blah blah. Most recently submitted offer for 40 million. Does anyone proofread these when they put them out? 40 million. What the hell is that? 40 million. What the hell is that? Anyways. Wait. However, one team is... Yo, this could be actually kind of nuts. This could be the break we need. I know it covers half my face, bear with me here. According to Sami Al-Khadi via X, Gabriel Martinelli is among options of Al Ahly for January transfer. A number of Saudi clubs have been linked with a move for the Brazilian, with the potential offers expected to be over 100 million. Yo, for that price, I'm selling Martinelli. I'm not gonna lie. I'm selling. Sorry, but I'm selling. Don't care, I am selling. Pack him up, put him in a cannon and shoot him straight across Europe to Saudi. Don't care. For 100 mil, I'm sorry, but if that is real, just do it. Do it now, and then use the money to actually improve the team properly. That actually would be kind of nuts if that was the case. Sign Austin Buemo. Sterling should just return. Dude, yeah. Who the fuck's out? Dude, don't even. I will help it back and move. I will throw everything. Throw a leaving party. Woohoo! Sterling should call it today. To be honest, that's not hard to sign. With 100 million, we actually can sign quite a bit. Since we have shown that we have 50 at least million to spend, we have 150 million, which means we can get a striker and a winger. It's not that bad. To be honest, if someone offers 100 million for Martinelli, it's worth the sell. Let's be real. We can, oh yeah, we can try and get even Rodrigo. Exactly. Arsenal are pulling out all the stops to make deal happen for Matisse Tel, but face a major Premier League competition from the likes of how we are getting major competition from a relegation United and mid-table Chelsea? What the hell is this waffle? What the hell is this waffle? Sorry, but what? Let's go to Fab's Twitter. Let's see what he says. Maybe there's something. It's January 30th. How are we gonna get a left wing right now instantly? Release clauses. It's not that difficult. If you wanna get things done, it's not that difficult. No matter how you look at things, you will have to pay over the odds. So pay the money, and that's about it. It's not like, that's the thing. It feels like every Arsenal fan has basically been sucked into this thing that you should need to do business like Arsenal does. Drag it out for 2 months, increase the bid by 2 million in case maybe they get stupid for one time, they have lapse of judgment and they accept the deal. How about you instantly pay the money? 45 million doesn't work? No, 60. Thank you, goodbye. Not 45, 47 and a half, 51, 52 plus 2 million in add-ons, 50 plus 5 million in add-ons and all that jazz. Just pay the money and move on. That's how they do, that's how business should be done. Not piss off, and at the end of the day, you basically, by dragging this out as long as you do, you piss off also the other team, by the way, at the end of the day. And they can basically say, I'm sick and tired dealing with you, fuck off. They can easily say that. So, Unai Hernandez leaves Barcelona to join Al Ittihad. Juventus are looking at Danso. Jordan Henderson starts for Ajax, but not as captain tonight. Wow. Atalanta will terminate Zaniolo's loan deal as Fiorentina now will sign him from Galatasaray. Interesting. Broken down. Juventus are close to getting deal done for Danso. Ruben Amorim, I'm just happy to have Garnacho here. Well, you're the only one, mate. He's still playing? Artur Melo has opened the doors to Santos loan already 2 days ago. Negotiations underway. Who? Emran Soglo. What the hell is that? Current plan. Patrick Dorgo will travel to United from Italy on Saturday. He's gonna become United player for 30 million plus 5 million in add-ons this weekend. Como Spurs, lol. What a name! What a name for a guy. Academy, as they have agreed to sign 17-year-old talent Daniel Batty from Manchester City. What a fucking name for a guy. Not gonna lie, Daniel Batty. Freaking hell, man. Unlucky, mate. There's nothing regarding Arsenal. As wild as it sounds, there's nothing regarding Arsenal. Arsenal are doing nothing this window, are they? Like, there's not even a single rumor. Obviously, Arsenal charged by FA. We talked about that. Watkins, real offer was 40 million. Shares at the hearing in Pride about Arsenal move from Sheshko. Nobody cares. Reported content there will price and sign superstar striker after source reveal. There's nothing regarding Arsenal. And that, you know what's the worst part? Transfer window closes on Monday. And whenever Arsenal do business, during weekends, it's hella quiet. So, I'm kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie a bit about that. We should have signed Tel if this was an actual good board. If this was proper board, we would have signed Kvaratskhelia, by the way, first of all. And then we would have signed a striker. Robo, still we should get a Chinese owner to buy the Cronkies out. Not so sure about Chinese owners, though. Good work. But our best bet is Saudi at the end of the day. Dorgo, the so-called next Hakimi. Yeah, basically. Batsy, what the fuck's... Well, to be honest, he's from City Academy. City Academy has some interesting names, you know. Pussy, Batty. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? The Chinese have more money than the Saudis. Depends which oil magnates oil magnates. Well, if it's like Xiaomi owner or something like that, maybe. It depends who we're talking about here. Yeah. Arsenal negotiate all the time, and that's the annoying thing. They try to basically haggle and get the price down. Like they are in a fleet market or something. It's kind of nuts. Just pay the money and move the fuck on. Any big club who needs players would have signed 3 players already done before January 30th. Dude, look at what City did. They have signed 4, and maybe they're gonna sign 1 more. It's still unclear, but they have already signed 4 players. What else do they need? 2 defenders, midfielder, and a forward. Like, that is a big club. They have signed 4 players. Just by your definition alone. If I was incompetent, what do you mean? If I was incompetent, what would you do? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Sorry. If you were Eto, what would you do? Dude, don't even. I saw that. Don't hide from me. If you were Eto, what would you do? I would quit, let's be real. Because if Arteta has as much power as we are led on to believe, I don't want to have such a job where 99% of my decisions could get overturned, overrun, overmimed, and my authority means almost nothing. Let's be real. If under fire, he will be burned if he doesn't do something. We don't have even a sporting director. To some extent, I'm kind of surprised we are actually even caring about transfers and signing players. In a job? In what job? It kind of feels like Arteta FC. That's the sad part here. That is the sad part. But anyways, depressing Thursday, I'm not gonna lie. Arsenal won, we're 3rd in Champions League. Okay, cool, we move on. Okay, cool, but at the end of the day, where are the bloody signings? Tomorrow's Friday. So the best chance for Arsenal to sign anyone, based on how Arsenal tend to do business, it feels like they take days off during weekends. It's either tomorrow or on Monday late panic buy. One of the 2 options if we want to sign anyone. That is the big thing. Anyways, I think on that note, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a bit depressing, but at the same time, kinda nice to be back on stream, because I yesterday, of course, didn't stream. So, yeah, for today, I think that will be it from me. And yeah, Arteta is nominated for Manager of the Month. For Premier League, by the way, right? So it's 3 wins, 2 draws, right? 3 wins, 2 draws. Yeah, 3 wins, 2 draws. Or 4 draws, or 3 draws, something like that. We drew quite a few games. Big up everyone, big up Nathan, big up Marlon, Kwame, everyone else. Have a nice evening. See you all tomorrow, hopefully with some more positive news. Hopefully we will sign someone tomorrow, or there will be actually some money paid and just personal terms, just a formality or something like that. We will sign a proper player, but knowing Arsenal... Wait, Nathan read that Saudis could offer 100 mil for Martinelli. He's instantly, yup, get him gone, don't care, goodbye. Take the money and run, change the bank account setting details and everything so they can track you anymore. That's the thing, nobody's saying anything. Fabrizio, Ornst, like, don't even listen to them to some extent. Nothing's happening at the end of the day. Nothing is going to happen. Hella depressing, isn't it? Anyways, for today I'm out. Like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. Take care. See you all tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Enjoy Friday. And, well, I don't know what to say even. Sign someone, for fuck's sake.